Welcome, everybody, to Spotlight 814, Erie's local theater podcast. I'm your host, Brian Dolly, and today I'm with Kerry D'Jovanni, right? Kerry D'Jovanni.
Yes.
Yes. He's currently playing Berry Gordy, and he's in the ensemble of Ain't Too Proud, The Life and Times of the Temptations, coming to the Warner Theater here in Erie, Friday, May 23rd, and Saturday, May 24th, with Broadway in Erie. Good morning, Kerry. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you? Thank you for having me.
Doing really well, man. Thanks for coming. So you're in Kalamazoo, Michigan right now.
Yes, we are indeed.
And how's the show? How's the tour going? You enjoying it?
Tour's been amazing. You know, it's a culmination of exhaustion and joy and exciting new adventures each day. You get to tour the country, which is amazing. I'll have done, I want to say 48 out of the 50 states once this tour has wrapped.
All right.
Right. So I'm like, oh, I've seen a couple of things.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, man. So tell us a little bit about Ain't Too Proud for those who may not already know.
Absolutely. Ain't Too Proud is the story of the Temptations. So basically, when you come see the show, you get to witness the journey from the behind the scenes perspective. You know, a lot of our audience members, they come to the show and they have witnessed, the live performances, or they've witnessed, the album rollouts, but they haven't gotten to know the heart behind the boys, the heart behind the journey that they've gone through and the things that they had to endure. And so that's essentially what the show is. Otis Williams, who's the surviving member of the Temptations, or the original Temptations, he, tells the story and ushers us through their life from Detroit, the very beginnings of them singing in the schoolyard to now, performing on stages at the Copacabana. It's quite a heart-filled journey with some amazing musical numbers and dance numbers. Truly a gigantic festival of life.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I can't wait to see it, man. Like I've heard nothing
I'm so excited for you
about it. Yeah,
I can't wait.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your background. How'd you get the theater bug? Go into that story a little bit.
Yeah, the theater bug hit me when I was really young. I was about 7 years old, and I happened to see like a Lion King commercial on the TV, and they were singing and they were dancing and they were acting. And I have always been like a dramatic kid, and people would always tell me, you should be an actor. And I used to be like, well, I want to sing. And then I saw this commercial and I said, you can do both
Yeah, right.
at the same time. And so since then, the bug just hit me. I did performing arts throughout high school, then went to college and got my BA in performance theater, directing and acting in musical theater. And then right after that, I just started working. I did the Dreamgirls International Tour fresh out of college. Then the world shut down.
Yeah, right.
And then the world shut down.
Great timing, huh?
Perfect timing, right? But then after that, I've done, when everything opened back up, I did lots of cruise ship work, got to travel the world doing that. And then I thought to myself, you know what, I'm ready to see the country. And so I got back into touring and I did the Pretty Woman national tour last year. And then this year, here we are with Ain't Too Proud.
Oh, yeah, man, that's awesome. So was Motown part of your life growing up?
Oh, absolutely. I grew up singing My Girl. I grew up loving the Supremes. I mean, like, as a male vocalist, growing up, you're studying and you're trying to figure out, like, who do I sing like? What pockets do I actually fit in? And a lot of times, growing up, I used to think, oh, I wish I would have been born back then, because the way things that they're doing with their voices and the things or the style of music that they sing is so ingrained in my bones. Yeah, they don't do that anymore. And I wish that, I was there to experience that and be a part of that. So Motown's always been a part of my life. Love Smokey Robinson, learning about Berry Gordy, or playing the role. I'm like, we have so many similarities, even from like childhood. So I'm like, wow, okay, this is really great.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah. So what does it mean to you to be part of a show that celebrates Black excellence and the legacy of Motown legends like the Temptations?
Oh, it means the world. I mean, wow, that was a good question. Gave me chills. When I saw the show for the first time on Broadway, with the original cast, I was swept away. I went and saw it maybe 6 more times.
Oh yeah.
I was so swept away because there are not many shows where Blackness is celebrated on stage in a way that isn't heavy-handed or in a way that isn't about, or solely about racism or slavery and things like
Right.
that, and like super big hardship. This is about five real people in their journey through life and their growth, and seeing five Black men dance on the stage and be merry and
Right.
have swagger and
And successful
and
and
be
like yeah.
successful. It's a dream, and it's an amazing opportunity to be able to witness and be a part of this legacy. The Temptations are still out and around. I've met
Yeah.
Otis twice now. He's come to the show,
Yeah.
and just to be in the presence and to be a part of this story for forever is
Yeah.
something that I will always hold in my heart.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that. Love it. And Berry Gordy is such a legend in music history.
Legend.
How do you approach bringing him to life on stage?
You know, I approach him as the legend that he is.
Yeah.
I really try to bring the sense of grandness to him because he is the boss. And although he's a featured character in the show, he's not one of the Temptations. He is so important and pivotal to their journey. And so, I bring a sense of boss level to the show, even when you see him in the beginning stages of, building Motown, there's this level of confidence. When I read about, his mindset, from a very early age and from a very early point, he always believed that Motown music was meant to be on Broadway and that it would make its way there, and just that level of cognizance and that level of confidence in the art that you're creating and the things that you're putting out there is something that you have to bring that aura onto the stage.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
You can't be meek or shy. And so it's definitely a pleasure and an honor to like step on stage. I have this little entrance where they say my name, I walk out, I give
a That's great. That's great. And tell us a little bit about your ensemble track.
So the ensemble track is not super heavy. Really, it's the Berry Gordy of it all is where I focus in on the show. I do a little bit of light dancing, and then I do cover one of the Temptations. So whenever they need a day off, I'll hop in and do one of the shows.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's not a super big heavy ensemble track, but it is lovely.
That's awesome. Awesome. Let's see. All right, what's one role or show that you'd love to do sometime that's like totally different from this one?
Oh man, I really want to do Miss Saigon.
Yeah. Okay.
Or maybe even Cats again.
Oh man, Cats. I have horror stories about Cats, man.
Everyone does, right?
I've done it 3 times. I'm
really?
Done.
It's amazing. I love Cats. But yeah, I would love to. I did Cats in high school, and ever since then, I was like, oh, I gotta do this again. But maybe just one time because I break out with all the makeup.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I definitely would say like Cats or Miss Saigon. Those are shows that I grew up loving and grew up, as the musical theater kid watching as many bootlegs as I could on YouTube. And it's quite different from this. They're both quite different from this show, but still similar in heart,
Yeah, that's awesome. All right. So Erie has a ton of community theater, no professional theaters anywhere in the area.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. So the majority of our audience is, they're members of the community theater, they're theater goers. What advice would you give to those currently performing in community theaters or in school productions that would like to pursue this as a profession?
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I would say first and foremost, do not compare or compete with outside forces. There's a level of when you go into an audition room, you are presenting yourself. And that is the only thing that you need to be able to be focused on. Whether someone else is singing better than you or doing a triple and you can only do a double, those things are so far out of your control, you know.
Mhm.
So just bring your best self into the space. I would say for people from a small town, I would say there's no there's no rush because the theater isn't going anywhere. So when your time is ready and you feel like you're ready, maybe take that leap and come to the city and audition. Thankfully, now we're in this amazing world of self taping
Mhm.
due to the pandemic. Self taping is something that I'm going to do right after this.
Yeah.
and so, you know, Actors Access is a great resource, and Backstage and Playbill.com, and you know, just utilize the resources that you have and be smart about the things that you um, take your time and invest your time in. You
Yeah.
know, so if you know that you're an excellent tap dancer, go for that tap show, submit that tap call. You know, if you know you're an excellent soprano, shoot for that thing that is in line with what you have, and the doors will open. And be
Yeah.
yourself. Continue to be yourself.
There you go. I love that. Love that. Uh, all right, we're gonna do a lightning round here to end it off.
Oh,
All
okay.
right. All right. What's the first Motown song you remember loving?
First one's on Ain't Too Proud to Beg is actually, which is actually
Yeah,
crazy.
great song. All right. Go-to karaoke song that's not from the show.
Those are karaoke song that song. Whitney Houston. Your night, Julie, your voice went out to eat. It's not right, but it's okay.
Love
Whitney
it.
Houston.
Yes. Most used emoji in your text right now.
Most used emoji, the star. These like these two little stars that like
Yeah, yeah.
connect. I love that. I'm
All
like,
right. If Berry Gordy had a group chat with the Temptations, what would the name of the chat be?
fellas,
Fellas.
or the fellas.
The fellas. Love it. And one word to describe the vibe at the cast backstage.
Electric.
All right.
Yeah.
Love that, man. That's great. So give us one final pitch for the show. Get people to fill the seats at the Warner Theater.
Absolutely. You guys need to come and see Me Too Proud at the theater. It is going to be incredible. The voices in this company are out of this world. They're astronomical. The dancing that Sergio has put together, the choreography is lightning. You're going to be moving in your seats, and feel free to do so. Feel free to scream. Feel free to dance. We're here to have a good time and tell a story that transcends now, the past, the present, the future.
Yeah, that's a great answer. Awesome. Well, thank you, Kerry, for joining us today.
Absolutely.
Can't wait to see you in Erie.
Yeah.
And we'll meet you backstage.
Yeah, I'm excited to meet you
At the stage
backstage.
door or something. So
Yeah, perfect.
yeah. Well,
Well, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate
yeah,
this, and I can't wait to come out there.
yeah, no problem. Thank you for being here, man.
Yeah, of course.
All
Thank
right.
you for having me.
Yeah, have a good day.
You do the same.
Thank you.